Good afternoon, everybody. We're just waiting another moment for other people to join the webinar, and then we'll make a start. We can see the numbers are climbing at the moment.
Yeah, as it's just turned 3. I wanted to say 2 o'clock, but it's actually 3 already.
Yeah, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
Yes. We hope that you're all okay and you've got lovely weather outside. The spring is here.
Yeah, lovely and sunny where I am, so hopefully it is where you are as well. Okay, so we'll make a start then, shall we? Good afternoon, everyone, and a very sunny, warm welcome to today's Skills for Work and Life webinar. For this webinar, we'll be focusing on future ready skills, so supporting learners to re-engage, upskill and progress. And there's lots to share this afternoon, so let's dive in. For anyone who is not familiar with the Skills for Work and Life team, you have myself, Catherine Reid, and we also have my colleague Alicia Travaska, who are your technical advisors who will be delivering the webinar today. We do also have our products and industry manager, Amanda Kelly, who functions within this team also. We are all here to support your maths, English, functional skills, employability and ESOL to support with those qualifications during that teaching and assessment journey. We also provide support, guidance and collaborative community to enhance your teaching and assessment practices.
Okay, so just a few housekeeping points before we get started with the main content. So this session is being recorded, and both the slides that you're seeing now and the recording will be available very shortly via our Maths and English Resource Hub web page. And to minimize all the background noise, everyone has been put on mute. The question box and the chat are both open. However, we won't be looking at these until the end of the webinar, not to disturb the flow. And finally, if you experience any technical issues, the first step is to try logging out and then log back in, as that usually does the trick. So thanks for bearing with us, and let's get started.
So today we're going to explore how the City and Girls employability qualifications can be used to support a diverse range of learners, including young people who are not in education, employment or training, adult learners, full-time students and those on foundation learning pathways. We'll also link how our personal progress qualification can support those learners who are not quite ready for the 5546, and also how our 3847 maths and English skills, or stepping stones as some of you prefer to call them, and our digital functional skills can also benefit these groups of learners also. This session will highlight the flexibility of the qualifications, what is available, and also focusing on how it can support learners to re-engage, build confidence and progress towards positive future opportunities. So as not to distract from the content of the webinar, we're actually now going to turn off our cameras. However, we will pop them on again towards the end.
Okay then, so before we dive into the webinar, we just wanted to run a very quick poll, and let me start with the first question. So hopefully you will be able to see it now. So the first question is whether you are currently using any of our qualifications that are listed on the page. So that's employability, personal progress, English and math skills, the bite-size offer, and digital functional skills. So if you could answer that quickly. I'm not sure if you can see the other questions. They are showing for me as well, actually.
Yeah, you might be able to just move them along to the next question. If you can do that, tick away and move along if that's what you can do.
Yeah. Right, so some people are contributing via chat, but let us know if you can see the questions via poll. That would be useful as well, because I'm not sure if it's working actually.
It's coming up on my screen as a separate poll,
Yeah,
but
it is.
I'm not sure if everybody can see it. Oh, you can see it. Thanks,
I
Sophie.
think, yeah. Okay, brilliant.
Oh, thanks, Michelle.
So it is working. That's good.
Oh,
It's a
so
new
you
platform
cannot
that we're
see it. I
using.
don't know why. If you can't see it, feel free to pop it in the chat and we'll collect it from there.
Yeah, so the first question is if you're using any of these qualifications. Then the second question is whether you're thinking of using any of those. So that's again employability, personal progress, maths and English skills, or digital functional skills. And what programs do you use or plan to use these qualifications for? If you can't see the poll, feel free to put some comments in the chat. We will collate all of it after the webinar to inform our future planning and support as well.
For anybody that can't see it, I do believe it's appeared in the chat. Sorry, we're using a new platform, everybody, and we've only used it once before, so we're new to this one. We use it all the time with our other meetings, but not for webinars. So if you haven't seen it, I believe you can view the poll in the chat function. So it's sitting there. Like Alexia said, you can just put it in the put them in the chat box.
I think that's been, people are, participants are still putting their answers in the chat box. Great. So I think we could move on to the next part. Catherine, what do you think?
Absolutely. So if you've submitted your answers, everybody, thank you for that. That's great. There we go. Okay, so firstly, let's look at the groups of learners we're going to focus on during the webinar this afternoon and just learn a little bit more about them. Learners who are not currently engaged in education, employment or training, or you may know them as NEETs, are sometimes referred to as being between pathways, and they make up a diverse group with a wide range of backgrounds and experiences. They're typically younger people who have become disconnected from formal learning or the labour market. This might include individuals who've left school without a clear plan, young people who didn't feel that traditional education worked for them, or those who have really struggled with confidence, motivation, or self-belief. Some may have experienced disruption in education, unstable home lives, or challenges with mental health that have actually made it difficult to stay engaged. There isn't just one cause why we have these learners. It's usually a combination of factors. Sometimes it's down to negative experiences in school or a lack of positive role models. For others, socio-economic pressures play a role, such as financial difficulties, family responsibilities, or the need to prioritise survival over education. Some young people simply haven't yet found the right pathway that connects with their strengths or interests. It's important to recognise that many of these learners haven't chosen disengagement, they've been pushed into it by circumstances. Many experience low confidence and worries about returning to an educational setting. Some have anxiety or other mental health challenges that make participation feel overwhelming. Others face very real practical barriers such as transport issues, caring responsibilities or limited financial support. And for some, previous negative experiences with education have left them feeling that learning really isn't for them. Within these types of learners, we recognise these barriers. We need to recognise these barriers, reduce them where we can, and work with learners to rebuild trust, confidence, and motivation. Overall, these young people need understanding, patience, and flexible support that meets them where they are, where we can actually create a safe, supportive, where we can create safe and supportive environments, where we can help them reconnect, re-engage, and progress toward meaningful next steps. When we talk about adult learners, we're referring to individuals aged sort of 19 and over who are returning to learning for a wide range of reasons. These might be adults looking to change career direction, job seekers wanting to re-enter employment, or people simply want to upskill to improve their confidence or opportunities. Many are balancing learning with work, caring responsibilities, or other commitments, so flexibility and relevance are absolutely key here. Adult learners often reach this point because they've identified a skills gap that's holding them back, whether that's employability, confidence, or practical skills in maths, English, or digital. Some may have faced redundancy, some may be re-entering education after many years, and others are navigating a career change. For many, traditional learning environments didn't work first time around, so they're now looking for supportive, achievable routes to progress. Adult learners can face quite specific barriers. Confidence is often a big one, particularly if they've had negative experiences in school. Digital exclusion is another. Many adults simply haven't had the opportunity to develop digital skills that are now essential for daily life and work. Time pressures also play a huge role as learning has to fit around busy lives. So creating a welcoming, flexible and empowering learning journey is crucial for this group.
Now, moving on to full-time learners, these are often young people on vocational programs, as well as adults following full-time FE pathways. They are developing technical skills in subjects they care about while preparing for their next steps, which could be employment, apprenticeships, or further study. Alongside their main qualification, they are usually required to build essential maths, English, and digital skills. Many of them are at a transitional stage, still developing the foundation competencies needed for the workplace. Some have limited real-world experience or may not yet see how core skills link to their chosen vocation. Others may have fallen behind at school and are now using FE as a supportive space to rebuild confidence and close the gaps. Motivation can be a challenge, especially when core subjects feel disconnected from their goals. Limited work experience can make employability skills harder to contextualize, and some learners experience anxiety around job applications or apprenticeships. These learners benefit from programs that make skills relevant, connect learning to real-world scenarios, and offer a clear sense of purpose and progression. Foundation learning learners, including those with learning difficulties or disabilities, typically, although not always, work at entry level and benefit from accessible, personalized approaches. They may be enrolled on supported internships, foundation learning pathways, or SEND specialist provision. Their programs focus on developing core skills for independence, community participation, and for many, progression into supported or mainstream employment. These learners often require structured support to build essential life, work, and communication skills. They may need learning broken into smaller steps, delivered at a slower pace, or taught through practical, meaningful activities. The aim is always to help each learner work towards their own goals, whether that's greater independence, improved confidence, social development, or employability. This group can face a range of barriers, including challenges with communication, literacy, numeracy, processing, or social interaction. Many have experienced difficulties in previous education, which can affect their confidence as well. Digital skills are often an additional hurdle, particularly around safe use and online navigation. With the right scaffolding, however, these learners make remarkable progress and develop skills that have a powerful impact on their everyday lives.
Now we know the groups of learners that we're going to be focusing on this afternoon. Let's look at each qualification and how it can benefit those learners and how we can adapt delivery for them if needed. City and Guilds 5546 employability qualification is a flexible suite of employability qualifications that help learners prepare for work, progress in education, and develop essential life skills. With no entry requirements and suitably for all age groups, it supports a broad range of learners. It's ideal for those who want to build confidence and independence, improve job readiness, progress into work, traineeships, apprenticeships, or further learning. The qualifications focus on the core skills needed to get into work, perform well, and grow in a chosen career. They also support wider skills for independent living and understanding workplace expectations. Assessment is portfolio-based, offering a flexible, learner-centred way to evidence progress and tailor activities to individual needs. The qualification has 4 levels that range from entry 2 to level 2. The qualifications that are available are an introductory award, extended award, certificate, extended certificate, and diploma. The 5546 suite is designed to support a wide range of learners, and what makes it so effective is its flexibility. Because the suite spans from entry levels up to level 2 and therefore has no entry requirements, it can genuinely meet learners where they are. As you can see there are a number of qualifications available at each level, so you can use these qualifications to suit your learners or programme.
Alongside the core employability skills qualifications, the 5546 suite also includes a range of themed awards. These small, focused qualifications allow learners to explore specific areas of personal development or job preparation in a flexible, meaningful way. Entry Level 3 and Level 1 award in volunteering. It introduces learners to the world of volunteering and what it involves, why it's valuable, and the responsibilities associated with volunteer roles. It's ideal for learners looking to build confidence, gain experience, or take a first step into community-based activity. We also have a Level 1 award in preparing for employment. This qualification supports learners as they get ready for work. It covers the key behaviors and skills needed for job entry, including preparing applications, understanding the job market, and developing positive workplace behaviors. Our 5546 suite also offers a set of vocational pathways. These sector-focused qualifications combine core employability skills with introductory knowledge of a specific industry, making them an excellent stepping stone for learners exploring vocational routes. So first, we've got the care pathways, which introduces learners to the skills and expectations of healthcare, adult care, and childcare settings. It helps them understand care environments while continuing to build essential employability skills. Then we've got Retail Pathway, which is designed for learners interested in customer-facing roles. This pathway covers key areas such as customer service, stock handling, and how retail environments operate, all underpinned by the wider employability framework. And last but not least is our Hospitality and Catering pathway. This pathway provides an introduction to working in hospitality, catering, or food service environments. Learners develop teamwork and employability skills suited to a fast-paced, customer-focused sector. Together, the themed awards and vocational pathways allow learners to personalize their employability journey. They support confidence building, workplace readiness, and clear progression, whether a learner is exploring volunteering, preparing for their first job, or taking their first step into a specific industry.
The biggest strengths of the 5546 qualification is its ability to re-engage learners who may have had disrupted or negative experiences of education. The units are built around practical, real-world tasks, which mean learners immediately see the purpose of what they're doing. The short, achievable structure helps rebuild routine, focus, and positive learning habits. A key benefit for learners not in education, employment, or training is the chance to build confidence through regular success. Because units are bite-sized and assessment can be based on observation and practical activities, learners can progress without feeling overwhelmed. This improves motivation, helps them start to believe in their ability to move forward. The qualification also supports the development of core employability skills, things like communication, teamwork, problem solving, and personal organisation. These are all essential stepping stones for young people who want to move towards training, work, or in more independent living. Another important aspect is progression. 5546 provides a flexible foundation that can lead into vocational courses, voluntary work, or further employability programs. The structure allows you to design personalised pathways that match each young person's goals and starting points. And finally, it's also highly flexible in delivery. It works well in community settings, small groups, or one-to-one sessions to support re-engaging young people who have been out of education for some time. Overall, 5546 is a powerful tool for helping young people rebuild confidence, develop essential skills, and take meaningful steps towards their next destination.
Now, let's look at adults. The pathway here is equally impactful. Many adult learners are looking to return to work, change direction, or progress in their current role. The 5546 suite is designed specifically to support that, helping individuals gain employment, progress in their chosen field, or prepare for further study. The portfolio approach also means adults can draw on real-life experience as part of their evidence. For full-time students, especially those on study programs, 5546 supports key transition skills. It builds work readiness by focusing on areas like communication, career planning, and effective workplace behaviors. And because the qualifications come in sizes ranging from awards to diplomas, centers can tailor them easily to different learner needs or timetabled hours. For learners with learning difficulties or disabilities, the entry-level components are especially valuable. The suite supports personal confidence, communication, social interaction, and independent living skills, all delivered through structured but flexible units. The portfolio assessment approach allows for observation, practical tasks, and differentiated activities that meet each learner's needs.
The real strength of 5546 Employability Suite is how flexible it is to deliver. Because all units are portfolio assessed and available from that entry level up to level 2, centres can adapt delivery to suit very different groups of learners. So for your NEET learners, delivery works best in short practical sessions where we'll focus on confidence building and communication and job seeking skills, the areas that help re-engage them quickly. Programmes can run in community venues or outreach settings and use smaller units or themed awards, which provide quick achievements that help rebuild motivation. For adults, flexibility is key. It can be delivered part-time in the evenings or as blended learning. Because the qualification is, again, portfolio-based, adults can bring in real workplace evidence, which makes the learning highly relevant. You have the vocational pathway options like care, retail, or hospitality, allowing them to deliver to link link directly to local job opportunities. And for your full-time learners, the qualification fits easily into tutorial sessions, employability lessons, or work-based preparation. Award and certificate sizes make it easy to integrate into study programme hours, and units such as communication, teamwork and career planning support transition into further study, apprenticeships or work. For your foundation learners, delivery is usually more supported and highly structured. Entry-level units help build independence, communication and social skills. And again, evidence can be gathered through observation, practical activities or adapted skill tasks, making the qualification accessible to learners with diverse needs. When we look at the 5546 suite in practice, its impact becomes very clear. These qualifications are designed to build real, meaningful preparation for work, further learning and independent life. And they do this through that flexible, practical and highly personalised approach. It builds real-world readiness skills for first major impact on the work readiness. Suite develops the core behaviours and skills that employers consistently value, like communication, teamwork and problem solving, understanding workplace expectations, and it also goes deeper than just skills. Learners build job-seeking capability through units on applications, interviews and career planning, which directly support progression into work, traineeships or placements. Another significant impact is the focus on confidence and independence. The qualification combines employability with personal social development, helping learners grow in self-belief, self-management, decision-making, and the units around safety, healthy living, rights and responsibilities, and self-assessment all contribute to learners being more confident, more capable, and more aware of how to navigate work and life effectively. Finally, one of the most powerful impacts is the flexibility. As you've got the spanning through the four levels and including awards, certificates, extended certificate and diplomas, that means the programmes can be tailored for learners at every stage. So centres can select units from a wide bank to create personalised learning routes into employment, further learning or specific sectors. And the addition of those vocational pathways allows learners to explore industry-linked skills with real purpose. So this flexibility means learners don't just complete units, they progress. They move forward with confidence, clearer aspirations, and the skills needed to take the next step.
Some of the learners are not ready to be in a formal classroom-ready environment, or they may not yet be working at entry-level 1. So our personal progress 3803 provides a meaningful starting point for these learners, and this is a program that meets them exactly where they are. It is a suite of entry-level 1 qualifications, which includes an award, certificate and a diploma, and it is designed to help learners become more independent and more effective in life, learning and work. It has been created specifically for young people and adults with learning difficulties and has no entry requirements, which means learners can begin their journey without barriers. So firstly, how does personal progress benefit our learners? It is built around practical, real-life skills. Learners develop communication, reading, writing, and early maths foundations, all of the essential building blocks they need to take part more confidently in everyday activities. It also supports independent living skills, such as keeping safe, managing daily routines, and looking after their home or personal needs. Many units also focus on community participation, helping learners engage with local services, events, and the world around them. Because it sits at entry-level 1 and has no entry requirements, personal progress is incredibly flexible to deliver. It can be used with learners of any age who benefit from a highly supported, personalized program. Delivery is practical and hands-on. Learning often takes place through supported activities, demonstration, or real-world experiences. Centers can adapt tasks to meet learner needs, whether that's through small group activities, one-to-one support, or community-based sessions. Assessment is done through a portfolio of evidence, which means learners can be assessed through observation, photos, practical tasks, and other accessible methods. This makes it easy to personalize and to capture progress in a meaningful way. Because there is a wide unit bank, including communication, independent living, early maths, creative activities, and basic workplace skills, centers can create learning pathways that genuinely match each learner's interests and goals. So what's the impact? So personal progress helps learners build early independence by strengthening communication, reading, writing, early maths, and those everyday living skills. The units develop real-world abilities such as keeping safe, managing routines, making choices, and engaging with their community, essential foundations before moving into more formal learning or work-focused programs. Designed specifically for learners with learning difficulties and with no entry requirements, it offers a truly accessible starting point. The supportive, adaptable structure allows learners to work at a slower pace, build confidence, and feel secure as they progress. Portfolio-based assessment means learners show their progress through practical tasks and everyday experiences rather than exams. This makes progress meaningful and helps learners move forward in small but significant steps towards entry-level 1 supported employment or further learning.
Now, the 3847 Maths and English Skills Suite, or Stepping Stones if you prefer to call them, is designed to be flexible, personalised and confidence building. With small 10 to 20 hour units and a portfolio-based approach again, it allows every learner, whatever their starting point, to develop literacy and numeracy skills they need to progress. The Mathematics and English Skills 3847 suite is designed to give learners a flexible and personalised way to build maths and English skills they need for life, work and further study. One of the defining features of the 3847 is that it's built from small units, usually between 10 and 20 hours, and each one focuses on a very specific skill, taken directly from the National Standards for Adult Numeracy and Literacy. This allows learners to work on exactly the skills they need at the right level for them. It has a wide range of units across the suite. There are 100 units in total, 55 in maths and 45 in English, spanning from entry 1 all the way to level 2. This gives centres a huge amount of flexibility to tailor programmes around, again, individual needs or progression pathways. Every unit is a qualification in its own right, but units can also be combined to create themed awards like English reading or maths handling data, or even full certificates at each level. This means learners can work step by step or work towards a more substantial achievement over time. All the assessment is done through that portfolio of evidence, so there's no externally set exams, which makes the suite highly accessible and adaptable. Learners can show their skills through real-world tasks, work-related experience, or classroom-based activities. This is especially valuable for learners who need a more practical confidence-building approach to maths and English. Overall, the 3847 suite gives learners a personalised and achievable route to developing the core literacy and numeracy skills they need, and it supports progression towards functional skills, GCSE, or employment-focused learning. For young people who are not in education, employment or training, one of the biggest strengths is for 3847 is the bite-sized structure, so learners can achieve quickly, and those small wins are incredibly powerful in rebuilding confidence and motivation, especially for individuals who may have had negative experiences with maths or English in the past. Because each unit focuses on a specific literacy or numeracy skill, delivery can be highly personalised. Practitioners can target exactly the areas where a learner needs support without overwhelming them with a large high-stakes qualification. That portfolio-based assessment also removes a lot of pressure associated with exams, so learners can demonstrate their skills through practical real-world scenarios, things like handling money, reading instructions, or measuring for a project. This makes the learners feels that it's relevant and achievable, and it's a key part of re-engaging young people who may be hesitant to return to formal study. For adult learners, the flexibility of the modular structure makes it easy to fit learning around work, life, and other commitments, allowing for steady, substantial progression. Sustainable progression, sorry. So adults can use workplace or everyday tasks as portfolio evidence, making the learning immediately relevant and increasing confidence by showing how skills apply in real life. And because the units feed directly into progression routes like functional skills or GCSE, the suite provides a supportive foundation for longer term goals. For full-time students, the range from entry 1 to level 2 means we can target exactly the skills they need alongside their study programme. Themed awards such as reading or handling data give students clear, recognisable milestones, which can boost confidence and create that sense of progress. These units also prepare learners for destination qualifications, especially functional skills and GCSE, ensuring smooth progression into the next stage of education or training. For foundation learners, the small, focused units allow step-by-step development of essential reading, writing, and numeracy skills without overwhelming them. Portfolio assessment means centres can use adaptive evidence such as supported tasks, observations, and practical demonstrations to suit individual needs. Because 3847 is built from small flexible units and assessed entirely through that portfolio, delivery can be adapted to suit a wide range of learners' needs. So for your neat learners, delivery tends to work best in short, practical bursts that fit 10 to 20 hours unit structure. This keeps learning manageable and accessible. You can offer delivery in community venues or outreach settings, which help reduce barriers into attendance and engagement. And again, because of that portfolio, learners can demonstrate skills through hands-on real-world tasks rather than exams, which is often far less intimidating and more motivating. For your adults, 3847 works very well through that part-time, blended or workplace-linked delivery. The small unit size makes it easy to slot around work or caring responsibilities. Adults can generate portfolio evidence through their everyday tasks, budgeting, writing emails, completing work forms, which again makes the learning feel immediately relevant. And because those units can be chosen to match employment goals, delivery can be tailored to support progression into specific job roles or further qualifications. For your full-time students, it's easy to integrate into tutorials, employability sessions, or study programme blocks again, thanks to its flexible structure. The themed awards help to give learners clear focus on areas such as reading, handling data, making delivery more structured while still personalised. The qualification supports progression, as I mentioned, into that functional skills or GCSE, so the units can be selected to strengthen the underpinning skills that's needed for those destinations. And for your foundation learners, delivery is usually that more supported and highly scaffolded, so the small size of each unit makes step-by-step progress more achievable. And that portfolio assessment allows for adaptive evidence such as photos, observation notes, supported tasks, making the qualification accessible to a wide range of abilities. Because learners can move through the units at their own pace, delivery naturally supports confidence building and independence over time. To wrap up the 3847, it's flexible, bite-sized learning. It's built from small, focused units from 10 to 20 hours. each mapped to a specific maths or English skill from the core curriculum for adult numeracy and literacy. This makes the learning highly targeted and easy to tailor for individual learners. There is an extensive unit choice across the suite. As we mentioned, there are over 100 units, ranging from that entry level 1 up to level 2. And this breadth gives centres the flexibility to build programmes that meet learners exactly where they are. It's buildable for qualification pathways, so every unit can stand alone as its own qualification, but then they can also be combined to create themed awards or that full certificate at each level, which means that learners can achieve small steps first and build towards a larger goal in a way that suits their confidence and pace. Accessible and practical and accessible assessment units. So all units are assessed through a portfolio of evidence rather than that end exam, making the qualification accessible for a wide range of learners because they can demonstrate skills through those real world tasks, practical activities and workplace examples. It also supports progression, providing a personalised route towards functional skills or GCSE. It supports learners of all ages in developing the literacy and numeracy skills they need for work, study and everyday life.
So we're going to look at one more qualification, which can support the development of digital skills this time round. So our digital functional skills qualifications are designed to give learners the essential digital capabilities they need for everyday life, work, and future study. These qualifications replace the older functional skills ICT offer and ensure learners can operate confidently in a digital world. The qualifications focus on the key digital skills areas set out by the Department for Education. Learners develop the ability to use digital devices effectively, handle and manage information, create and edit digital content, communicate online, complete digital transactions, and stay safe and responsible when using technology. This structure makes the qualification directly relevant to real life and workplace expectations. There are no entry requirements, so learners can begin at the level that suits their current digital skill set. Assessment is completed through externally set on-screen examinations marked by sitting gills. These short, task-based assessments test both knowledge and the ability to apply digital skills in practical situations. So let's first look at learners who are not in education, employment, or training. The FSQ qualifications help these learners build the essential digital skills they need for everyday life, from using devices safely and managing information to communicating online and completing basic digital tasks. For young people who are not in education, employment, or training, this structured, practical approach is especially powerful. It starts with digital basics required simply to take part in daily life and giving learners the foundations they need to interact confidently with the world around them. Through hands-on, achievable activities, learners gradually build confidence and reduce anxiety around technology. They also develop key employability behaviors, such as communicating online, creating simple digital documents, and completing routine tasks using common software. These small but meaningful steps help learners become more independent and more comfortable navigating online services, training platforms, and workplace systems. By strengthening these essential digital skills in a supportive, realistic way, DFSQ prepares learners for their next steps, whether that's further digital study, vocational programs, training, or entry-level employment, all of which now expect a baseline level of digital participation. For adults, DFSQ not only helps build the digital confidence needed for everyday life and work, but also provides a formal recognition of their skills, supporting a return to work, career changes, or progression into higher level digital learning and employability pathways. For full-time students, DFSQ develops the core digital skills that underpin success in education and employment. By working through real-world scenarios, learners become more confident using the tools they will encounter in coursework, apprenticeships, and the workplace, strengthening progression into two levels, excuse me, apprenticeships and digital study programs. Catherine, can you take over for a second? Sorry.
Certainly can. Bless you. So for foundation learners, entry level 3, DFSQ offers a gentle and accessible introduction to digital concepts, starting with basic device use and simple online tasks. Completing meaningful everyday activities helps learners to build confidence with technology, creating a clear pathway towards level 1 DFSQ and greater independence over time.
Okay, let me try. Apologies for this.
That's okay. Yeah. That's okay.
My voice is just going. Right. No, I don't think I can do it. Sorry.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah, have a sip of water. That's fine. Always goes, doesn't it, in the middle of a webinar? So digital functional skills can be delivered flexibly to suit a wide range of learners because the qualification is built around real life digital tasks and externally assessed on-screen exams. Centres can adapt delivery to different settings, learning profiles, and levels of digital confidence. For unique learners, delivery works best when sessions are short, practical, and rooted in everyday digital activities, focusing on using devices, basic communication tools, and staying safe online gives learners immediate hands-on skills. DFSQ also fits well within the community and outreach environments where flexible, low-pressure delivery supports that re-engagement. And task-based on-screen practice helps learners build digital familiarity gradually and confidently. For adults, delivery can be part-time, blended, or workplace linked to fit around existing commitments. Practical digital tasks, such as completing online transactions or using email, can easily be integrated into everyday routines. This approach helps adults build both competence and confidence, supporting progression into employment or further digital study. For our full-time students, DFSQ can be embedded within tutorials, enrichment or vocational sessions. Core content such as handling information, communicating online and creative digital content aligns naturally with broader curriculum requirements. Real-world scenarios help students deliver the digital behaviours expected in further study, apprenticeships and modern workplaces. Centres can also build a clear progression route from entry 3 to level 1. For your foundation learners, delivery needs to be highly supported and accessible. Entry 3 introduces basic device use, simple communication, and safe online behaviour as a gentle pace. So hands-on tasks, modelling repetition, and small steps help with learners build confidence with technology in a structured way. Familiarisation tools can also be gradually introduced to the on-screen assessment environment, supporting learners as they work toward greater independence.
Let's give it another go. Digital functional skills qualifications can have a clear immediate impact because they focus entirely on the real digital tasks learners face in daily life and modern workplaces. Learners develop practical skills such as using devices, managing online information, creating simple digital content, communicating appropriately online, and completing everyday digital transactions. These abilities directly reflect national digital standards and match the real-world skills needed to access services, apply for jobs, and manage online accounts. Confidence also grows quickly as learners practice these skills through short, task-based on-screen assessments, demonstrating complete competence in realistic scenarios reduces anxiety and makes digital learning feel achievable, especially for those who are new to technology or returning to education. And finally, the FSQ creates strong progression routes. As a recognized, externally assessed qualification, it acts as a solid stepping stone into employment, apprenticeships, or further study. Learners move forward with both the skills and verified competence needed to thrive in digitally demanding environments.
So, once your learners have completed their Sitting Girls qualifications, they are entitled to a digital credential. It's more than just a CV. Digital credentials provides verifiable proof of achievement. All the information is packed into an image file that can be displayed via an online CV and social networking sites such as LinkedIn or Facebook. Free and easy to set up. You just add your learner's personal email address during this registration on Walled Garden, and also the learners will need to accept that when they achieve it. So it's important to make sure that they need to accept that because they will receive the email. And just a little plea here, if you're not already signed up to our email updates, to actually sign up for them. These can ensure that you're keeping up to date with our qualifications, and you can find the link for these actually at the bottom of any Sitting Girls web page, but we have included a link on the slide for you also.
So we offer a range of flexible support options for centres. This includes bespoke face-to-face or online sessions tailored to individual centre needs, as well as open virtual link-ups where providers can connect, share good practice and access ongoing support. New staff and centres can join our New to Us onboarding sessions for a clear introduction to our qualifications. Centres can also access quick guidance through our Question Corner drop-ins and join our focused webinars like this one today with recordings and slides available via the Resource Hub. For deeper development, we provide paid-for CPD events designed to strengthen tutor practice and award a digital credential as well. So on this slide, you will find a list of our CPD titles that are currently available. These sessions can be booked individually or arranged as bespoke centre-wide training and delivered either as standalone events or combined into a tailored package. Centres can also commission fully bespoke CPD to address their specific needs. All events are designed to support professional growth, with many offering a digital credential on completion.
Just going to do a little pitch there. There is a maths one that will be coming soon, hopefully in the spring as well. So keep an eye open for that one. So as we start to open up now for Q&A, again, we just wanted to get some insights from you in terms of the 5546 employability qualification. So thank you very much for everybody who, shall we just turn our cameras back on? Let's just turn them back on again. So thank you for everybody that participated in the poll at the start. We really do appreciate it. But we would also like to hear from you in regards to feedback regarding the employability qualification, but also to see if you would like to take part in our focus groups. And you can do this by just emailing us at pre-employment@sittinggirls.com. And if you have any further questions, and we notice there are some questions in the chat and question box, which will open up in just a moment, feel free to send a question to us using that pre-employment@sittinggirls.com email address also. So I'm just going to bring my questions over now into my other screen because I have been keeping an eye on them, and let me scroll up to the top. I know there's one in the Q&A, so we'll go to that one as well in a moment. Are there any plans to add additional work packs to Smart Screen for the 5546? Funnily enough, that is something that we were discussing in an internal meeting last week. it is something that I will feed back that you're asking for as well. So thank you for that. And Joy, it would be great for you to take part in the focus groups, perhaps, to feed in the relevance and the importance of having more work packs as well. So that would be great if you're able to do that. We've got one here. Jenna, is the 3847 level 2 equivalent to functional skills level 2? Wouldn't that be lovely, Jenna, if it was? As it stands, no, because it sits on a different framework now. Since functional skills went through its reform, and they've never called it an equivalent. They don't even call functional skills, an equivalent to GCSE, even though it is an alternative qualification because of the funding. So that's why. So no, they don't call it an equivalent, but it can be a way that your learner can evidence that they can work at that level. Another one here. Are there any plans to develop level 2 digital skills? This is where I wish Amanda was here, because she would have a more. We have heard some rumblings in this, are you able to give more specific detail with this, Alicia?
Not very specific, but some generic details. So I know DFE are looking at the other levels. They now recognize that there is a need for lower levels, so pre-entry 3, so entry 1 and entry 2, as well as level 2. So as soon as we hear any more about that, we will let you know. And we're definitely interested in developing qualifications at the other levels as well. If you do have any learners that are at a lower level of digital skills, and they are not ready for entry 3, you can use our employability and personal progress suites of qualifications, because they do have units, introduction to ICT, I think they're called. So personal progress has got one at entry 1, and employability it's got one at entry 2 and one at entry 3, so they can work as sort of stepping stones towards the FSQ at entry 3.
Thank you, Alicia. We've got somebody asking if there's any plans, Sue, to reinstate some of the construction units at entry 3 that have been removed, brickwork, tiling and pipework. Again, Sue, that would be great if you could feed into our focus groups. There wasn't that much interest, which is why they took them down, and lo and behold, when we take things down, people want them. It's always the same, isn't it? So I mean, I used to deliver some of the other practical ones years ago as well, so they can be really useful. That is something that we will feed back, Sue, but it would be great to have you as part of the focus groups. A couple of people are asking about the slides, so just to reinforce what we mentioned at the start, I know some people have, teaching and you're also busy, so you have to join a bit later. You will be able to access these slides and the recording via our resource hub. So that can, if you click on the Skills for Work and Life landing page, which can be found under Products and Services, I believe, right at the bottom of any Sitting Girls web page, the fourth one down, you'll see Skills for Work and Life. If you click on that, and then on the bottom left-hand tile, you've got the resource hub there. So they will appear in the next day or so. What was that one? Sorry, my screen keeps moving. Oops, let's have a look. Are there any plans to deliver employability skills focused around soft skills, teamwork, problem solving, communication? Yeah, you are absolutely right. I think there are some units around that as well.
Yeah, there are
Masood.
definitely.
Yeah, so it would definitely worth you having a look in the 5546 qualification handbook. There are units around that. Yes, so have a look.
Perhaps not at all the levels, but definitely at higher levels. There are units on the soft skills. Yeah, across all of them, but the sort of higher level ones will be in higher levels, obviously. Yeah.
Perfect. And I know somebody was asking about resources, and
there is another question.
I've missed one. Somebody was asking about work packs on smart screen. If my memory serves me correct. Yeah, no, I've answered that one, haven't I?
Yes, we've started with that one. So that's something you said that this is something that we discussed. So hopefully we will get some. There is also a question from Lisa. Are there any plans for vocational pathways for dental? So not that we've heard of at the moment, but we're going to pass that on to our internal teams to consider for sure. Yes.
Yeah. And Sarah, you've just asked if we get to see the course resources in this session. I'm afraid not. If you just go into the 5546 webpage, you'll be able to access some resources from there. We're just very short on time and we don't have time to access that today, but that's a good point. So we'll take that on board. So thank you for that. I'm just seeing if we've missed anything else. The handbook, Sarah, is on the 5546 qualification page. I'm just thinking if I very quickly pop that, I'll pop that landing page for you in the chat. Let me open it now for you. Never get to something when you're trying to get to it quickly, can you? So let me pop that in, 5546, here we go. So let me pop the link in there. So you've all got a link there, and then that will take you directly to the 5546 employability page, and you'll be able to access the handbook and all the documents there.
If you would like a sort of like individual discussion on any of the qualifications that we've spoken about today with Catherine, just give us a shout. I've just put into the chat, but also you've got this on the slide, our pre-employment inbox. So just let us know that you would like to book a catch-up meeting, and we're more than happy to overview any of those qualifications or answer any individual questions once you digest all of this information, because we've shared a lot today. So yeah, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, and just very quickly then, June, about asking about if we could do a NEET programme. Well, that's the flexibility of these, June. You can create a NEET programme using the employability and the 3847 maths and English, or all functional skills, or the DFSQ. You can do any of that. And I have done that in the past as well. But if it's something that you'd like some help with and need some support, please do get in touch with us via that 3748 qualification page. So I'm just really conscious of the time. So we'll finish off now, and just by saying thank you again so much for joining us. We really do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy days. Just to remind you, the slides and recording will be available on that resource hub. So you can go to the Skills for Work and Life landing page, and that's at the bottom of every, you'll be able to see to the bottom of any Sitting Girls page under products and services, fourth one down, and then you'll see resource hub as a tile there. So it just remains to say thank you again for joining us. Goodbye, and hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.